Hi, Billy Goodnick at the Santa Barbara Botanic Garden. We're in the nursery where you can pick out all kinds of great California native plants that are appropriate for our gardens and very sustainable, low water using, all that sort of stuff, all good for your garden. I'm talking with Alejandro Lemus, who's the horticultural educator here. And right now we're going to talk about pollinators, because what's so cool about pollinator attractors?
Yeah, pollinators, they're going to be attracted to our native flowers. They're going to help produce seeds and help these plants carry out their ecosystem services.
So who are some of the good guys?
Yeah, so when we meet pollinators, I mean, you're inviting beneficial skippers, moths, butterflies, native bees, even small insects like beetles who actually pollinate a lot of these plants and provide services
even if we don't see them.
Even if you don't see them, you know. So they otherwise provide very beneficial services to these plants that we often don't notice.
So we're not only doing something good for the environment and helping feed all the good guy insects that might even want to munch on the bad guy insects.
Exactly.
But all of these plants are just really beautiful when they're in flower. Start with...
Yeah, so right here, beautiful, beautiful name, Verbena lilacina delamina, just a mouthful right there. As you can see, really beautiful purple flowers. They're fragrant. To me, they smell like cloves. To Billy, they smell like carnations. It's amazing. It's a really fragrant plant. Really easy to keep alive in the landscape, you know, requires minimal water. You can shear it back from time to time, and that even promotes subsequent blooming. So really great pollinator magnet, we like to call it.
You could trade it out for lavender in your garden, because this is native and it gives you the same color, about the same size bush. But it doesn't smell like lavender. So if you have to have lavender, I guess you can have some. We'll tolerate it.
Yeah, I won't talk to them, but you tolerate it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll let them in. What's this unspectacular currently?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like much in its pot. I don't want to hurt their feelings, but this is actually our Pacific gum plant, Grindelia stricta platyphylla. I just love saying that name. It's a gum plant, so it's in the sunflower family. It's a native aster, but in the springtime, once this plant is a little larger, it produces these nice yellow sunflowers that are really attractive to monarch butterflies, or any butterflies that are going to require that nectar source at their adult stage. So really, I like to plant this one in a perennial border with other plants like verbena.
About how big?
You're probably looking at about 2 feet tall, 2 to 3 feet wide, perennial plant, really nice yellow sunflowers in the springtime.
Excellent. So we've got some yellow, we've got a little
yellow,
lavender purple color.
Yep.
Let's go here.
Yarrow.
Easy to grow.
Very easy to grow. In fact, sometimes it can be too happy. It does spread in the garden, so if it has access to space, moisture, it can take over an area, which is why it makes a nice ground cover. So if you're looking to add ground cover to your area, but also invite pollinators, the white flowers on this are super attractive to butterflies, beneficial pollinators, really easy native plant to keep alive.
I've got it in my garden, and when it does spread, I just take a flat nose shovel. I say, you will not go beyond here. And then I slice underneath and off it goes, and that's really all it takes. So it's not like having bamboo or something like that in your garden.
It takes tough love pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the big bruiser in the crowd.
I love this plant. So this one here is our Eriogonum giganteum. So it's our giant buckwheat, or our St. Catherine's lace. It's a giant buckwheat. Really nice leaves, kind of like this minty green color, but showy
plant. And the undersides
plant.
are a light gray.
Yeah, so really showy plant, especially in the springtime. As you're going into summertime, this plant is still blooming. It produces these nice white sprays of flowers, these huge white clusters.
Yeah. It's like thousands of flowers all held together like an umbrella.
Yeah, so you can imagine with all those flowers, all that nectar that lives in that flower head, it's really, really attractive to our local pollinators. So if you're looking to invite butterflies, beneficial pollinators to your garden, buckwheat is a must-have.
When it's all done flowering in that sort of pretty white, off-white, the flowers go brown. Brown is a color too. It's okay in the garden, but you leave them on as long as you can. But toward the end of the season, snip them back or shear it, and you'll get plenty more flowers next year. But it becomes a pretty good-sized woody plant that takes up space. So put it in the background of the garden, not near your doorway. Just let it go free range.
It's a beautiful plant. You're looking at 5 to 6 feet tall, 5 to 6 feet wide. Really nice rounded plant to attract pollinators.
So this is just a handful, a very small handful, a palmful of some of the pollinator plants. There are dozens and dozens of them up here. So come up to the Botanic Garden, especially during the fall or spring sale. Check out what's here. There's people here who know their plants and will help you.